Target, you never cease to surprise me. WTR here, and for those of you who watched my recent State of Play number 2, all 10 of you, you'll remember that within the first 2 minutes I expressed my disappointment that my local Target would not be carrying the Marvel Universe Secret Wars comic packs. But, I mentioned that some of the stuff had previously gone on clearance. For some reason, that's why I knew, besides the fact there wasn't a spot out from the aisle. Now the story gets crazier because I was in there today, and I really wish I had stopped in there yesterday just in case, but who knows, it's just the whole timing thing. And not only do they have Wave 4, but Wave 4 automatically went to clearance. And not just any clearance amount, mind you. Each of these packs cost me $3.22. Can't beat that, huh? I love Target. They're so crazy. By the way, this would also be the first time I've even seen Wave 4 in my area. The Storm and Nightcrawler pack actually has what looks to be a few paint defects on them, so if I hadn't found them on clearance, I probably would have just waited. They'd been normal price, but can't pass up this price. I can just pay a touch of paint or whatever later if I'm really bothered by it. I'll look at the Dr. Doom and Absorbing Man. You also notice that they come with the Wasp. And I just absolutely love these little, I guess you call them vignettes or whatever, but I've been saving them from each of the packs. It's pretty cool packaging. The other elements, not so much, except for the comic book. The rest of the wave is the Nightcrawler and Storm, and then the Bulldozer and Thing, which kind of want to pick up as well, assuming that the Thing's joints aren't just like the Hulk's joints from Marvel Universe line. Hold on a second, let's get this open. First off, just a little bit of concern. When you're looking through these, just make sure that the packaging hasn't bent Dr. Doom's knee here. I don't know if it's going to be all of them or just like this, but I hate it when they do that just because the packaging for a lot of figures lately has sort of damaged them, so just a minor concern. Well, actually a pretty major concern, but something to watch out for. Yeah, that issue with the knee is more than a little bit disappointing. It looks like it'll take considerable effort to get back in place. But quick look at the accessories. Doom comes with a pistol, a German Luger, I assume, or something like that, but I don't know my guns. We have the Wasp, which is just a single piece here, non-articulate, and does not attach into anything. It's a nice touch, just as a small thing for an added bonus, considering you're getting a character and, she's an character you can really toss in there easily. And then we have the ball and chain from, it looks kind of weird, looks almost like a globe there, from Absorbing Man, who, if you'll remember, was just taken straight out of jail by Loki and given some powers, and he still had that ball and chain attached to his leg. Because I assume most people care about the Dr. Doom, because personally I do, I'm going to review him first, then I'll get to Absorbing Man. As Mega Mushroom 34 previously pointed out in his Ultron review, Dr. Doom does reuse a lot of Ultron's parts, specifically the arms and legs. Although I suspect this was actually designed for Dr. Doom, then Ultron was just sort of a tack-on, because Ultron can hold a pistol, and he does not come with a pistol, and Dr. Doom can hold a pistol and does come with a pistol, so you're probably going for a little 2-for-1. In terms of detail, Dr. Doom looks incredible. By the way, his cape is removable because the head comes off incredibly easily. Warning to parents out there who may or may not have small children. But for the most part, you would want to leave the cape on anyway because that completes the look. You'll notice that there is a lot of detailing here for the fabric, just like on the Marvel Legends Showdown one, which frankly looks like crap compared to this because this is an incredible looking sculpt. And it's a real testament to what they can do with the Marvel Universe brand. The pistol does not go into a holster, which is kind of weird and annoying at the same time because we have a closed holster here which looks like there's a pistol in it, and then if he's holding the pistol, you'd have to wonder where the heck did he get the pistol from. In addition to meaning that you might misplace it or something, so not a big issue, but it's just a weird sculpt decision. As Mega Mushroom 34 previously pointed out in his Ultron review, Dr. Doom does reuse a lot of Ultron's parts, specifically the arms and legs. Although I suspect this was actually designed for Doctor Doom, then Ultron was just sort of a tack on, because Ultron can hold a pistol, and he does not come with a pistol, and Doctor Doom can hold a pistol and does come with a pistol, so they're probably going for a little 2-for-1. In terms of detail, Doctor Doom looks incredible. By the way, his cape is removable because the head comes off incredibly easily. Warning to parents out there who may or may not have small children. But I mean, for the most part, you would want to leave the cape on anyway, because that completes the look. You'll notice that there is a lot of detailing here for the fabric, just like on the Marvel Legends Showdown one, which frankly looks like crap compared to this, because this is an incredible looking sculpt. And it's a real testament to what they can do with the Marvel Universe brand. The pistol does not go into a holster, which is kind of weird and annoying at the same time, because we have a closed holster here, which looks like there's a pistol in it, and then if he's holding the pistol, you'd have to wonder where the heck did he get the pistol from. In addition to meaning that you might misplace it or something, so not a big issue, but it's just a weird sculpt decision. By the way, if you need any more evidence that Ultron and Doctor Doom share the same arms, you'll notice these little grooves here for where Ultron's shoulder bands snap into place. I guess it cuts little corners there, and it's not a huge deal, but yeah, it looks kind of tacky. The shoulders, by the way, don't seem to move all that well, which is kind of ironic because these shoulders kind of sucked on the Marvel Legends Showdown one as well. The good thing, though, is I can just pull off this leg, presumably, and pop in the Ultron leg if I want him to have perfect legs, but then Ultron gets shafted. The actual face sculpt looks great from a distance, but when you get up close, it kind of lacks a little bit of detail and doesn't look as great, plus it gives the appearance of having a really domed head. However, there's a ton of detail in the cape, and as mentioned, you have these little crisscrosses, or I forget what you call them. I guess little nicks in the thing to indicate texture, and then there's a lot of paint variation where they've just added depth to certain areas where you've got paler greens up here, then darker greens, and no use of black, which is a nice touch, because a lot of them where they just tossed in black here and there to denote shadowing instead of just going for a darker tone of the same color, so I'm pretty impressed. As mentioned, these are the same limbs that Ultron has, so it has the standard range of motion. Going side to side, up and down on the elbows, wrists rotate, biceps also rotate. These shoulders do a lot of the same shoulder stuff, but I have a ton of resistance, or it's not resistance, it's just, I don't know what to call it, but I mean, it just feels like it doesn't go on right. The cape actually also pegs into the back, so you can remove it and see these little rocket launchers there. Or just leave it loose so it'll hang down lower, or peg it in and then the front portion hangs down a bit lower. Head only rotates, but it will rotate 360 degrees when the cape isn't on. When the cape is on, it's a little bit tougher, but you can get a similar range of motion. Interestingly enough, the upper torso is actually really more of an ab joint because it only goes forward and back. If you try going to the sides, it'll just spring back. But he does have a waist joint to compensate for that. Again, kick-ass detailing here on the belt. The tunic sort of split at the sides to allow greater leg movement, but as with Ultron, he really can't sit, which again is a little bit disappointing because this is a character who does a lot of impressive looking sitting, looking sinister and everything. Double joint here at the knees. The ankles will rotate in addition to going out and back, despite having this little segment here which makes it look like they would only go out and back. On the whole, I'm pretty impressed with him. He is a very tall figure by Marvel Universe standards. Both Doom and Absorbing Man actually are a bit tall. Absorbing Man is even taller than Doom. I'm not sure how he really scales up in terms of the comics because I never really took note of his size too much, although he is one of Thor's adversaries, so he's probably on the larger size.